If this is not your regular way of making plantain porridge, and if you make your plantain porridge like this, trust me, you're going to love it. And it's super easy to make. You all know I'm the queen of easy food recipes, right? Hi guys, my name is Nene Menike. Please do well to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Now to our ingredients, we have crayfish, we have onions, we have tomatoes, we have shombo, and then our regular fresh red pepper. Now we're going to blend or chop our onions separately, and then we're going to blend others together. Now I blended my onions because I don't want to see chopped onions in my food, so you can easily chop yours or cut yours anyhow you want it. Now to our chicken, we're going to use chicken breast or any part of chicken that is easy to cut into big chunks like this, and then just add salt on it. Now this is our plantain, the star of the show, right? This is how to cut them like tiny cubes, and then that's fine. Now for this recipe, we're using unripe plantains. I don't have any ripe plantain. If not, I'll just add one ripe plantain to it because it elevates the dish. Trust me, you would love it. So if you have, just put one ripe plantain and you would love it, or two, depending on the quantity of food you're making. Now into our pot, we're going to add in our palm oil. I will allow this to heat up so I'll know the exact amount of palm oil I want to use for this dish. I don't want to use much, so now I'm reducing it, right? So it depends on you. If you want more, you can always add more for this recipe, but I just need little palm oil and that's fine. Now we're going to add in our onions, chopped, blended, anyhow you want it, and allow this to heat up properly. Now we're going to add in our roughly blended tomatoes, pepper, shombo, all of that, the mix. We're going to add this into our pot and then add in our bouillon cubes, bouillon powder, or you season to choice. That's totally up to you because it's your food. But remember what we always say, it's okay to add little by little. If it needs more, you can always add more, right? And just adding everything at once. Now we added in our salt and we're going to allow this to cook a bit before adding in any other thing. We're just going to allow it to fry. Now once it's fried and reduced, we're going to introduce our chicken. We're going to cook our chicken with this. That's why we didn't really season the chicken. We just added in salt because all this flavor and our bouillon cubes inside there are just going to do the magic. Now we're going to cover this and allow this to cook properly, right? You're going to open it. Once you see that the upper part is already like whitish, you're just going to flip it over because you know this is just a small dish, so that's fine. You're just going to mix it all up together and then cover it and allow it to cook properly. We're going to make sure that the chicken is well cooked before we start adding in any other thing. And by the way, I'm using a soft chicken here, so it's very easy for it to cook fast, right? So just be mindful of the kind of chicken you're using to make your dish. If it's the hard chicken, you allow it to cook very well before adding in any other thing into your pot. Now that this is well cooked, we're going to add in our crayfish because we want our crayfish and other things in the pot to mix up together, marry together, get to know each other. And we're just adding in our crayfish now because I don't want it to just overpower everything and maybe burn or something. That's why we're going to add it last in our frying stage before adding in anything. So we're going to cover it, allow it to cook again on low to medium heat. And once I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, we're just going to add in our plantains. You know, plantains are like sweet potatoes. They're very easy to cook, so you just have to make sure that everything is ready before you add in your plantains, right? Now you're just going to add in enough water to cook this. Don't mind how the color of the water is. I just poured water into my blender and then that's what I'm using to make this dish. So you're just going to make sure that you turn everything together because we don't want our sauce to be under and the plantain to be on top, because if you leave it like that, it's going to burn, right? So we're just going to turn this and make sure that the water we have in our pot is enough to cook the food. Now if it's not enough, you can always add. That's why you have to add bit by bit so you won't make any mistake in the kitchen. Now I tasted this and there was no salt, so I added in more salt into the dish. Like I said, always adding bit by bit your spices, your salt, water you use on cooking, just bit by bit, and then that's fine. Now I'm going to add in more crayfish to this dish. I really love crayfish and it helps with your dishes, mostly local dishes. So please do not add crayfish bit by bit if you don't really like crayfish. And then you're just going to turn this very well and cover it and allow it to cook. It took this like less than 15 minutes to cook properly, because you know it's unripe plantain and I really want it to be soft. And I wanted all the stuff inside, all the ingredients and all to enter into the plantain. That's why I wanted it to cook very, very well. And food lovers, this is what we have: a pot of delicious plantain porridge. Trust me on that. I hope you try this and please let me know what you think on the comment section. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. And I hope you love this new name, food lovers. That's what we'll be going by now. Thank you so much.